Hello, everyone. It is just Jess here, actually. I'm introducing this episode, and it is an unconventional episode. Um, kind of going off our own schedule of doing it on an unconventional episode on the last week of the month. We just wanted to give our non-patrons a little sneak peek at our bonus content that we do for the podcast. So we chose 2 and another thing episodes for you guys to release to the public. And we're super excited for everybody to get to hear the bonus content that we've been giving to our patrons. We hope that you like what you're here. We chose the first ever episode that we did this bonus content for was episode 25. That was The Line Between Cure and Kill with Bobby Lasagna. And then we're giving you episode 34 as well. That was our Wild Magic Surge episode where we talked about, I talked about baking and Hids talked about Minhwa art from Korea. The episode's titled Baking Up Some Hot Fresh Minhwa, Wild Magic Surge. Where we just thought it would be really awesome to share our bonus content with everybody. We've been in hardcore planning mode for next month, our anniversary birthday month, October, and we are so excited for all the things that we are doing. Be sure to follow us on Patreon. You can follow us for free. All you need is a Patreon account, which is free to create. You just need an email address. You can find us at patreon.com/jessandhids. We're going to be releasing a lot of stuff that normally we reserve for our patrons during October to our free followers as well. We're super excited to give you guys a sneak peek into our little Patreon community that we're building. And hopefully you give us a follow. You can also follow us on social media. We are going to be announcing our scavenger hunt soon. We're going to be posting some D&D game signups soon, some one-shot signups for D&D as well as Badge Quest. We have so much stuff, fun stuff coming up, and it's so crazy that this month is halfway over. It's more than halfway over, man. This episode drops on the 18th. Holy crap. You guys, October is almost here. You're going to want to follow us on Patreon. Just I just thought I'd hop on and sort of let you guys know that this is an unconventional episode. This is the bonus content that we have released previously to our patrons for episodes 25 and 34. Also, because I want to be a little pain in the butt. I know for a fact that Hids is not going to listen to this, and I would like to make some mischief. So, dear sweet listeners, if you could please email jessandhids@gmail.com and send a picture of Jack Nicholson. Just any picture of Jack Nicholson. Just find a random picture, drop it in an email, send it to jessandhids@gmail.com, and in the subject line, write for Hids or something, Hids eyes only. So, oh my gosh. So Hids can get jacked. All right. This is going to be fun, and I really, really hope that that we get a lot of emails. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this bonus content. We're just going to get right into it. Have fun. Hi. Welcome to the first ever and another thing chat that we're doing.
We have no idea how it's going to go. I think the plan is just to talk a little bit more about what we talked about in our podcast episode that we just recorded.
Yeah.
So if you are a patron and yeah, be hailed. If you are a patron, you get to hear this, which is going to give you a sneak peek of what our next episode is about.
Yep.
And some information that we didn't maybe cover as in depth on the episode.
Yeah. So, as always, I went first this episode. Surprise, surprise. Um, and my topic, the card I drew, all about poison gardens.
Which I love.
Yeah, it was really fun to research.
Super fascinating.
I didn't think I was going to have a whole lot to work with, but then like I ended up finding plenty of content. So in the episode, I talk about just kind of like the history of poison gardens. They haven't always been a thing. It just kind of came from apothecary gardens. I mentioned, what was the first thing that I said I would come back to? Oh, there were a couple of well-known apothecary gardens. One of them, hang on, I got to flip over to my notes. Oh, wrong page. One of them is the Padua Botanic Garden in Italy, and that was started by the Medici family.
I want to put them on the list because I Googled just a little bit and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, it would be
They're
fascinating
interesting.
to have them on the list. They were very well known for their knowledge of herbal
Remedies? Question mark.
both remedies and poisons. A lot of court intrigue during the Medici family's reign, I guess. I also mentioned in France the huge sort of murder.
Oh yeah, Duchess? No,
Scandal.
Lavoisson.
Poison. I don't know how to say poison in French because poisson is fish. So,
I mean, fish is. I don't like fish.
yeah,
but-
fish sucks. Catherine Monvoisin.
Voisin.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lavoisin. Lavoisin was
Lavoisin.
her the name she was known as. She was an interesting lady. So she was sort of the central figure around this massive murder scandal that involved women poisoning people. I guess not only women. There were, there. I go into this about the podcast too, but or I go into this in the podcast too, but that sort of, you kind of see within the true crime, I guess, community, you do notice that women tend to use poisons more than men. And it sort of stems from this concept of having an apothecary garden. And it was like the women's job to tend to the home and the garden. And so the women had the knowledge of all the plants. And so in this huge murder scandal in France, it was called an affair of poisons.
I love it.
And
I do just love it. I love it.
I know the central figure is this La Voisin, who was a known fortune teller, a poisoner, a professional provider of alleged sorcery. And she was the head of a network of women who did the same thing, just all over France. In 1680, around that time. So 17th century France, this was going on.
Oh, that's where I said then you mentioned 1629 and I'm like, is that no, you just said 1680. I'll shut up.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Well, 1680 is when this whole scandal was exposed, and that's when Catherine Monvoisin was executed.
Okay. I knew there was like a 1600 date in there. And I was like,
yeah. But yeah, I talk about her a little bit in the podcast, and I don't have really any additional information about her. But I do have information about the Chelsea Physic Garden in London. It is the oldest botanic garden. It was started by the Worshipful Society of Apothecaries in 1673.
Wow. Is it like the oldest? Okay, the oldest in Europe? I was going to say
Oldest,
in the
London's
world.
oldest botanic garden
London's
is what it
oldest.
says.
Okay.
So 1673 is pretty old.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah.
Zirin.
Okay, Zirin is climbing all over the table.
Okay, bud.
As he is wont to do.
He is wont.
But I mentioned in the podcast that last year in 2024, composer Helen Anahita Wilson sort of conducted an experiment and underwent this project involving plant frequencies in music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Helen created a piece of music. It's 45 minutes long. It's called Linea Naturalis. Lenea Naturalis. And it was to help individuals undergoing chemotherapy treatment. So what she did, what she did was she took 28 bioelectric recordings of the microelectric fluctuations of plants that were used in anti-cancer treatments and chemotherapy and turned that into a 45-minute soundscape.
So she actually used the plants that were being used in the treatment.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so fascinating.
Yeah. And she specifically designed it and orchestrated it to be listened to by patients who were undergoing chemotherapy. So they would go in for their treatments and just listen to this. And I want to dig deeper into any studies that were done. Like I said, this was last year, so maybe they don't have a whole lot of conclusive evidence as to what benefits that this could possibly have. I am a huge believer in using music to heal.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I've talked about the music that got me through a lot of the past few years.
I know that music is not going to cure cancer.
No.
That's not a thing.
No,
but
not a thing.
It
Please
could definitely
use medications.
ease anxiety.
Yeah.
And chemotherapy is not good. It's not easy on a body at all.
Mm-mm.
And so it's not easy on the mind either.
So if you can, if you can get your body into a restful state, your body can heal better. So if this music is helping with the anxiety side of, going for chemo, because that's, I mean, if I had got a diagnosis, I would be I can't even imagine the emotions I would deal with.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. So knowing okay, but now we're moving forward in treatment, you still have all that anxiety and stress, and having this music that can play. And I don't know, for me, knowing this is the music of the plants that are being used to heal me.
Yeah.
That would be
having
comforting.
Having that connection there is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just amazed at this woman for thinking of it and putting together this composition, this 45-minute composition. And I turned it on before we started recording the podcast, and I was just listening to it as I was finalizing my research, and I wouldn't tell Hids what it was.
I know. I just thought it was we tend to listen to
really
lo-fi cool. and chill music when we're doing research, just to kind of have ambient noise.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
And it was it was just really calm and peaceful and relaxing, just very low key. And I liked it. Thank you for playing it aloud. I liked it. I mean, circling back to what you said, this is the music that plants make.
Yes.
Plants make music, which I think is beautiful.
That humans figured out the technology to sort of measure these microelectric fluctuations and turn that into music.
It's fascinating.
How awesome is that? That blows my mind. Humans are amazing. I know we tend to bag on people quite a
I
bit.
mean, yeah.
Um, but that's just like, that's the stuff that cozy fantasy is made for. Like, I'm going to take this super scientific method of measuring the frequencies that these plants are emitting, and I'm going to see if I can make music out of that.
Yeah. I just found a YouTube playlist of plant music.
It's awesome. I think it's so cool. So I'm going to link the 45-minute soundscape as well as an interview of Helen in the, I guess, the description of this and another thing session.
Yeah.
For patrons only.
For patrons only. Thank you guys for being patrons. You're awesome.
Yeah, we love you so much.
I just think plants
really
making
cool.
music fascinates me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go down the train of thought I just had, so we'll ignore that brain spurt right there.
I'm not editing this. So.
No, I know. I was like, oh, never mind. I just think it's fascinating that plants make music.
Yeah.
And it's not like plants sing. There are like those micro electric pulses that everything has.
Everything that's made of matter, which is everything, vibrates at certain frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
And that sort of determines the density of the matter. And those frequencies, you can capture that and it turns into an actual sound frequency, like with obvious scientific tweaking. And I don't I don't know the science behind it.
There's a product that you can purchase.
Yeah.
That
I know.
Where you can put it with your plants. And I'm like,
Isn't that awesome?
I might have to buy one.
Yeah. I remember when that was first released.
Plant Wave is the one that pops up.
I remember wanting one really bad.
Listen, okay. Wait, this one I think just plays.
Just plays random music. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to keep talking.
Okay, go ahead. Keep talking. Sorry, I'm...
The last thing, a bit of bonus content that I'm going to give you guys about my topic. So it's all about poison gardens. And we just spent like the last 5 minutes talking about the healing nature of plants.
Mm-hmm.
But I did mention one pretty famous case.
It's $300. Never mind.
Oh, yikes. I mentioned a pretty famous case that took place in the 70s that used a what's the word I'm looking for? Not derivative of a plant.
It depends on like, is it like tinctures? Oh gosh, my brain just turned off. Like thinking of the different distillations.
Distillation, that might be the word
Scorpion?
I'm looking for. What?
Was it the scorpion one?
No.
Okay. You said there was You said there was a distillation of scorpions, and I was like,
oh yeah, that was one of the other sort of famous poisoners from history.
Oh, okay.
Used scorpions.
Okay, sorry.
That was, well, I'd have to look back in my notes. The apothecarist Caterina Sforza in Italy. Yep, she used scorpions, distilled scorpions.
Okay. I knew I heard the word distillation today.
Yeah. The case that I'm talking about is Bulgarian dissident Georgy Markov in 1978. He was killed.
The spy.
Okay. So
espionage.
A bit of background about Georgy Ivanov Markov. He was from Bulgaria. He was a dissident writer. He originally worked as a novelist, screenwriter, and playwright in his native country, the People's Republic of Bulgaria, until his defection in 1969. And after relocating to London, he worked as a broadcaster and journalist for the BBC World Service, the Radio Free Europe, and West Germany's Deutsche Welle. Markov used such forums to conduct a campaign of sarcastic criticism against the incumbent Bulgarian Soviet regime. So Bulgaria wasn't super happy with him.
I'm sure they wouldn't be.
Yeah. Markov was assassinated on
Sad.
a London street on actually the Waterloo Bridge in London with a microengineered pellet that was delivered to him through the tip of an umbrella.
That's crazy.
Newspaper accounts report that he had been stabbed in the leg with an umbrella that delivered the poison pellet wielded by someone associated with the Bulgarian Secret Service. His wife recalled...
How did they find that out?
I'm about to tell you.
Sorry.
Annabelle Markov, his wife, recalled her husband's view about her husband's view about the umbrella, telling, I don't know what that means because he was dead.
It was a very poor review.
Actually, I don't know how long it took him to die.
I have very bad views about that particular umbrella.
She told the BBC's Panorama program in the year it happened, or no, the next year. She did this interview in 1979. She said he felt a jab in his thigh. He looked around, and there was a man behind him who'd apologized and dropped an umbrella. I got the impression as he told the story that the jab hadn't been inflicted by the umbrella, but that the man had dropped the umbrella as cover to hide his face.
Oh.
It was reported after the fall of the Soviet Union that the Soviet KGB had assisted the Bulgarian Secret Service.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So I think, I don't know. The dude dropped the umbrella. He was stabbed in the leg.
So maybe he
and then later they found
he jabbed him with the umbrella and dropped the umbrella. Like
he dropped the umbrella
so sorry,
as sort of
like a distraction. Like, I'm so sorry I hit you with my umbrella. Let me pick it up and go my own way.
Yeah.
Okay.
It happened while he was waiting at a bus stop. He reported feeling a slight sharp pain as if from an insect bite or sting on the back of his right thigh. He reportedly saw a man picking up an umbrella off the ground behind him. So he arrived at work and noticed a small red pimple had formed at the site of the sting, and the pain had not lessened or stopped. He told at least one of his colleagues at the BBC, Theo Lurkov, about this incident, and that evening he developed a fever and was admitted to St. James Hospital, where he died 4 days later.
Oh my gosh, it took him 4 days.
It took him 4 days. He was 49 years old.
Oh.
And so the actual poison that was used was derived. That might be why I was thinking derivative. Mm-hmm. It was from the plant, the ricin. What is it? The Ricinus communis.
Is that the castor oil one?
Yeah.
Okay, that one's bad.
Yeah. So I talk a little bit about Ricinus communis. You can be poisoned by ingestion, you can be poisoned by injection, and you can be poisoned by inhalation of these things.
Just bad plants.
This plant was used in this assassination of Georgy Markov. And he, let's see. That's ingestion. I'm looking for my notes on the symptoms of injection.
It was bad.
Erythema, induration. Okay, we looked up both of those words, and I don't remember what they mean. So you might have to wait for the podcast.
You have to wait for the podcast because I closed those tabs already. It's basically also,
induration was hardening of the skin and tissue,
and then the erythema was where capillaries kind of just erythema. Yeah, I'm putting it with arrhythmia.
Yeah,
is where it's like bleeding, internal bleeding.
Oh, was it internal bleeding? We looked up a few medical terms.
I'm confused.
But also blisters, capillary leak syndrome, localized necrosis surrounding the injection site, and these symptoms may progress to seizures, shock, organ failure, pulmonary edema, and respiratory failure, which is what happened to this guy.
And none of those are good.
No. And it took 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
yeah, that
not
was
great.
sort of one of the more well-known cases of using plants to kill that I decided to include as bonus content for you guys. So I guess you're welcome.
You're welcome? Question mark.
But that's all I have for bonus content about mine.
I do like that. I feel sorry for Georgie.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I mean he defected. He was living in London.
And he had a job. It sounded like he was doing pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he was
decent...
a talented journalist.
But I feel like if I had to defect somewhere, I would be like, I'm going to lay low.
Yeah,
I'm not going to. But I guess he needed to say his piece.
Yeah, he was very outspoken about his displeasure with the Soviet regime, which, yeah, he had. He was a voice. He had a voice, and he used it.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, that is what got him killed. But yeah, I kind of want to read more about him and his life. Yeah.
Cool. I think poison gardens and just plants. Like when you listen to the episode, you'll hear I Googled like every plant you told me and was like, oh, I know this one. Oh, I know this one. Like a lot of them are really common plants, but it's not. And a lot of them have the medicinal properties.
Yeah.
And it's just fascinating to find, like the one Duchess wanted to find the line.
Yeah. She's more interested in the line between cure and kill.
And I think that's fascinating because they're here, like the plants are here and they can be good up to a point. And I just think that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for educating me.
Yay. You're welcome.
And now we turn over to Bobby Lasagna.
Bobby Lasagna coming at you live from Area 51.
Area 51. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, I pulled the alien card. My microphone is. I know I am.
Mic.
It's
in
a weird place. Sorry,
because I can't edit that out.
No, I want to make. You're not editing it. You get to get all the noise. Sorry, all the fidgety stuff. I drew the recurring card of aliens / UFO / UAP / I forgot what the other slash is. It might just be those all the aliens. Yeah. And we talked about Area 51, which is, other than being a highly classified, highly restricted military base, is rather dull and boring. It's just boring. Sorry, folks. That's the end. That was it. That's it. No, but I think we all know. We hear Area 51, and you're like, aliens. That's where the aliens live. Mm-hmm. That's where they are. And a lot of that came from just the weirdness of the place and the top secret. And Area 51 was started in 1955, which was kind of there was a lot of alien sightings, UFO sightings, cover-ups, theories, abductions. A lot of stuff happened in the 50s and 60s with aliens. So, the government has now built this top secret. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. It's not top secret. It has never been classified as top secret by the government.
Which I thought was interesting.
I thought that was interesting as well.
Yeah. It's not top secret. It's just classified.
It's highly classified and restricted. And it is used for testing of military tech. That is the official designation there.
Yeah.
So do with that what you will. We also are probably on several FBI watch lists now.
I mean,
thanks to our search histories.
Between the two of us, yeah, I Googled how to poison people with plants.
And I Googled Area 51. All the information I could find, which wasn't a lot. It was all the same stuff over and over, which is like red flag for the conspiracy theorist that lives in my head. But speaking of conspiracy theorists, I want to talk about Robert Lazar, or Bobby Lasagna.
Which is why Bobby Lasagna was a character that we just came up with for the podcast.
Yeah.
So,
Robert Lazar, in 1989, he went on an interview with George Knapp from a station in Las Vegas, and he says that he was part of a classified government project concerned with the reverse engineering of extraterrestrial technology. He said he read government briefing documents, and this I love. He read government briefing documents that described alien involvement in human affairs over the past 10,000 years.
10,000 years. And the government had documents dating that far back.
Well, I mean, described alien involvement. So
Sure.
they've probably like,
Okay.
we have studied and learned. So, I mean, the American government is just barely 200 years old. So
Exactly.
calm down. Calm down, Bobby. But
Bobby Lasagna will not be silenced.
he will not, actually. He will not be silenced. Despite not being a great person. He basically, this interview kind of kicked off a new wave of conspiracy theories about Area 51 being where all the aliens are and where all the alien tech is. And if you listen to any, I know as we move forward, a lot of so-called alien encounters, even in other countries that the U.S. has been in partnership with, within, this happened, and then the next day the U.S. government was there, and then this happened, and the next day the U.S. government was there. So apparently in the treaties we have with these other countries, we have like, if you get alien stuff, we're there, and we're taking it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that happening, which doesn't do anything to debunk the alien theories, the Area 51 theories. It just kind of adds to it. But anyway, I wanted to do a little bit about Bobby Lasagna, because he is Robert Lazar, sorry. He is kind of what really kickstarted these conspiracy theories and kept them going. And I don't believe a word he says, because, well, he says he says he's a physicist. He has a master's degree in physics from MIT and Caltech that he got at the same time.
Sure.
He went to both schools after high school, in which he graduated in the bottom third of his class. So not likely that he would even be able to go to MIT, or like he could apply. In high school, he was the bottom third of his class.
I thought you were saying that he claimed to have graduated from MIT and
in the bottom.
the bottom
no.
third. So I was like, why would you even say that? If you're lying
Okay,
about
I'm
the
sorry.
whole thing?
So he said
To make it more believable?
he said he didn't say. Records show that he graduated from high school late, in the bottom of his class, and the only science course he took was a chemistry class that was required for graduation.
Okay.
He says he also went to Pierce Junior College in Los Angeles, which there is no record of him going there. There is no record of him going to MIT. There is no record of him going to Caltech. And scientists have said, like, nobody with that high school performance would even be considered, or let alone accepted into either of those places.
Yeah.
He could not name any lecturers or fellow students during those times. He did name William Duxler as a Caltech professor, but he was actually at the Pierce Junior College that Lazar did attend in LA.
Wow.
So he's like, Professor Duxler.
So he just named one of his
He just named one of his
professors.
professors and said he taught at Caltech, and he did not.
What an idiot.
Yeah, this guy is not.
This is
not
all
the
stuff that can be
sharpest.
corroborated, that can be proven wrong.
Can be, yeah.
I tried to use a big word, but then I realized corroborated is the
Debunked.
word, but debunked is what I was
Debunked is
going
the
for.
opposite of corroborated,
Yeah.
right? I don't know. He also says he worked at Los Alamos, which is a base which he did not. Or it's a lab. He worked there. He said he was
Like
a
a
physicist.
military?
Yeah. Yes. Los Alamos Meson. You guys get to hear all the stuff that Jess edits out. Los Alamos Meson Physics Facility.
Okay.
So he said he worked there, but they have no record of his employment because you have to be a physicist to work there.
Yeah.
And he's not one.
But he is. He went to MIT and Caltech.
At the same time that he was going to the Junior Pierce College or whatever.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Do we know what he studied at the Junior Pierce College?
Well, physics, because he's a physicist, but no. He probably just did like a associate's degree and went on.
You have to declare a major. Like, they would have that record.
It's not in this article.
I'm just curious.
Okay.
That's just another avenue of debunking.
Another avenue of debunking. There is no record of him working at Los Alamos. He said in an interview, I love this, in May of 1989 was when he did this interview at Georgia Knapp for Las Vegas TV station KLAS. He used the pseudonym Dennis and had his face hidden. And he was discussing his employment at S4, a subsidiary he claimed exists near the Nellis Air Force Base area known as the Nellis Air Force Base installation known as Area 51.
Known as
He says the site consists of concealed aircraft hangars that are built into the mountain, and his job was to help with reverse engineering of one of 9 flying saucers, which he alleged were extraterrestrial.
So they are saucers.
Yeah. He claims one of the flying saucers, the one he coined the sports model, was
Did it have racing stripes on it?
I'm sure it did. It was manufactured out of a metallic substance similar in appearance and touch to liquid titanium.
Is liquid titanium a thing that can be touched?
You know, liquid titanium. Oh, I can't spell Wow. You guys should never.
Should never what?
Look at my Google searches. What is liquid titanium? Should I be scared of it? It's an organic solvent. Okay. Oh, kitten. Oh, I have a little Xeron on my lap and he's super cute.
Oh, that's where the boy is. That's why he's not wreaking havoc over here.
Okay, I'm sorry. I keep getting how liquid titanium works, but it's a horse mask for race horses. So I don't know. Hang on. I gotta dive in a little bit here.
Oh, what?
You know how racehorses will sometimes wear a little mask and they'll have little blinkers on? It's a something for them. I got to get past all the equestrian stuff. Apparently, I don't know, dude. I don't know what his liquid titanium is.
Brand then of horse mask? I'm just confused about how are those two things related?
I'm going to find out. I'm going to change this. The liquid titanium substance referred to is typically titanium tetrachloride. It is a colorless to pale yellow fuming liquid with a strong odor. Not order. It's like my brain heard unedited and was like, let's glitch.
Yeah.
Let's do all the stuff that we try not to do.
Yeah.
It's an intermediate in the production of titanium metal and other titanium compounds like titanium dioxide. So it's just a really stinky yellow liquid, I guess.
And this sports model UFO
is made out of it, I guess. I don't know. I don't believe anything this guy says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, it's a UFO. It's metallic, but it's liquid too.
It's liquid.
Yeah.
That's how they can go so fast. He said it was the propulsion of the vehicle was an antimatter reactor.
Okay.
Okay. And the antimatter reactor was fueled by the chemical element with the atomic number 115 or E115, which at the time was provisionally named unpentium and had not yet been artificially created. It was first synthesized in 2003 and later named Muscovium. That was a lot of big words.
So
I don't do science.
It uses an antimatter reactor using an element that does not exist.
It exists now.
At the time.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
We synthesized it. Humans synthesized it in 2003.
Yeah.
So he's saying this existed. Okay, Kiersey is being crazy adorable over here.
She is being cute. She keeps trying to get my attention over here and then runs.
Oh, she's so cute. Okay, sorry. He also said that while he was walking down a hallway at this facility, he briefly glanced through a window. Okay. My brain went, door window?
Was it a door or a window? I don't know.
But then I was like, oh, doors can have windows.
He glanced through the window of a door.
A door window. And saw what he interpreted as two men in lab coats facing down and talking to something small with long arms. 3 decades later, he said he did not think he saw an alien.
It's his cousin, Bobby Spaghetti.
Oh, gosh.
I just imagine, you said something small with long arms, and I just imagined a little, like noodle arm, and I was like spaghetti.
Little Billy Spaghetti.
Yeah, little Billy.
Little Billy Spaghetti.
Yeah, Bobby Lasagna and Billy Spaghetti.
He speculated that he saw a doll used as reference for the size of the alleged aliens and that a nickname used for them was the kids.
The kids. You know what? The kids are all right.
The kids are all right. Oh my gosh. Kiersey. Sorry, she's obsessed with, she loves to chew on plastic. And she's just pulled some plastic out of the trash and is just chewing happily.
Yep.
She has an oral fixation.
Yep.
Anyway, he's just a bunch of bull. He's bull.
Yeah.
He owns and operates a company called United Nuclear Scientific Equipment and Supplies. It sells a variety of materials and chemicals. It sounds like he probably just sells cleaning supplies.
Yeah, probably.
In 2017, this was raided by the FBI and local police. He says the raid was intended to recover element 115, substance that he says he took from the government lab. But the FBI and the police say, well, no, we raided you because there was a murder investigation. And we wanted to know if you sold thallium to a murder suspect in Michigan.
Wow.
And I have, just as I read that, I briefly remember reading something about that in somewhere. Like they traced back the thallium to this place as a point of purchase. He did co-operate the Desert Blast Festival, which is an annual event in the Nevada desert for pyrotechnics enthusiasts. So you can go out in the desert and blow stuff up.
Cool.
I'm going to see. Oh, I'm going to see if that's still going. Fest. I can type. Desertblast.net.
I'm picturing a very 90s website.
You would not be wrong. Oh my gosh. Please look it up. Yeah. It's literally a white sheet with a video.
Oh. Well, I was hoping for a little bit more pizzazz.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Okay. Yep, it's just a bunch of people out in the desert lighting stuff on fire.
It's just, it looks like, honestly, so far what I've seen is just a bunch of dumb white dudes blowing stuff up.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a burning Cadillac. Oh, are they crashing a freaking plane? I think they just crashed a little like Cessna or something. Oh, shooting guns into the air. 50 caliber machine gun explosions, fireworks. Wow.
Okay.
This is just a clip from the TLC. Uh,
1999
wow.
TLC coverage.
Okay, I can't
of
watch it.
this.
7 minutes. I can't do this.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, that tracks.
Oh, look, there's Bob Lazar himself.
Yeah. He looks like a conspiracy theorist, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's what he's best known for, by the way, is being a conspiracy theorist. In 1990, he was arrested for aiding and abetting a prostitution ring.
Wow.
It was reduced to felony pandering, and he pleaded guilty and did 150 hours of community service, stay away from brothels, and undergo psychotherapy. Okay.
All right.
In 2006, he and his wife were charged for violating the Federal Hazardous Substances Act for shipping restricted chemicals across state lines.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like a great guy.
He's not a great guy.
I like Bobby Lasagna better.
I like Bobby Lasagna better, but basically everything about him is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a couple in the footnotes on the Wikipedia page, which is where I'm getting most of my information. According to the Spotlight by KLAS-TV, the schools in which he claims to have studied says they never heard of him. He alleges he worked at Los Alamos, where he experimented with the world's largest particle beam accelerator, which isn't that in Sweden or somewhere? It's not in, well, I don't, maybe he's saying like we had one in the 80s too.
Yeah.
No. George Knapp guy in this interview says that the Los Alamos officials have no records of him, and he says they were either mistaken or lying. A 1982 phone book from the lab lists Lazar among the other scientists and technicians. So is that something that was missed? Maybe he did work there and is a government cover-up. A Los Alamos Monitor article of 1982 is shown. The date reads Sunday, June something, 1982, with the title, LA Man Joins the Jet Set at 200 miles an hour, with a picture of a man with a car saying that it profiles Lazar and his interest in jet cars. And an excerpt of the article says, it's not the car so much that's important. To Lazar, a physicist at the Los Alamos Meson Physics Facility, the important thing is the jet engine. It's something he's been working on for years. It started a while ago when working with another researcher in NASA on the technology. So, like, there's two little bits of evidence, but by and large, everybody says not a thing, and it's been debunked over and over by people who are at those facilities. So, yeah. I guess it comes into, is this guy just like, no, really, it was me. Or, I mean, is he just trying to make sure the truth is out there? And the government is like, oh, we have no records because we destroyed them because you did this interview or whatever. Or is he just like making stuff up and the government's like, dude, like you didn't work here.
Yeah.
You didn't work here.
Yeah.
So yes, it's interesting. And I thought it was a fun little thing, but I didn't want to go into the whole deep dive on just this one specific person.
Yeah.
But I thought it would be fun for the after chat.
Yeah.
And it's just another thing. So I just found it interesting. I had like finished most of my stuff, and then this morning I was like, who is this guy? And I was like, oh. Yeah. He is a crackpot that likes to blow things up in the desert.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, that
was interesting. Yeah. I mean, how would you like to be the guy who's like, basically you're the one who really kicked off the conspiracy theories about Area 51?
Yeah.
Outside of we see funny lights in the sky sometimes, and it's just really top secret. I mean, not top secret.
Classified.
Highly classified.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's fun. I'm excited to get this card again, or for you to get it again and get into alien stuff. Speaking, we aliens.
Love talking about aliens.
Yeah, we've talked about aliens, I think, in our After Pie sessions.
Yeah,
where we've done the encounters that we've had.
Yeah.
Creepy.
I was thinking about the weird lights. That was the last thing we saw, wasn't it? When we went out
Yeah. We
that
drove
way.
out that way.
Yeah.
And sat at like 3 a.m. and watched the lights in the sky. Yeah, that was
yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was
that way.
That way. Yes.
North, right? Is that north? I don't know.
I don't know. I just had to orient myself with the road.
Where we are in the house. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the last we saw lights flying in a specific pattern in the sky very quickly and for a really long time.
Like
we just sat there and watched.
Over an hour. It was over an hour because we saw them when we left work and then we drove out and sat up on the hill for an hour or more before we got like, we're really tired because it's 4 a.m. You know, like, we should sleep. And they were still going. Like they would pop up in the sky, just appear and then move.
It would be like a triangular formation. There was like one that would go up and then two others that sort of flanked it. And then like they each had a specific pattern that they moved in. It was
weird.
Very interesting.
It was just weird.
Yeah.
I do find stuff like that fascinating because like, oh, it was weather balloons. No,
it was not.
I mean, could it have been
military flight tests? Maybe. But as far as I know,
those don't last for hours and hours because that's a lot of fuel to burn.
Yeah.
And
so they weren't like going and refueling.
No.
They were sort of constantly up there in the sky doing these maneuvers.
Yeah. Unless they were sending up 3 at a time for, 10-minute bursts and then come back, send 3 more up, but they were like consistent. There was not, and they didn't arrive like from a direction. Yeah. They just were there and then they wouldn't be there and then they would be there and they would move in their formations. And it was very odd.
It was weird. Yeah. We're now watching Kiersey knock all of the toys out of the little cat tree.
It's got a little basket on it, and I put all the cat toys in there, and she doesn't like it when I do that, and so she has to knock them all out. Yep. Or maybe she does, and it's a fun game for her.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway.
Yeah. Aliens.
Yeah.
Aliens. Hey, can we add video into a Patreon post?
And also audio post? I think we
like
can.
in the comment, in the body of the...
I know you can add pictures in the body of the text.
Okay.
So probably
I have that old video on my phone that I took from at my house of the light in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like my phone was just moving around a lot, but I had my hand resting on my Jeep, which was not running. So like there's not vibrations. It was turned off. And I just had my hand resting on it to hold the camera steady because I thought I was moving too much, but it's actually this object in the sky. And it's a phone video at night. So it's not great. It's grainy, but it's definitely a thing that's moving erratically through the sky.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So if I'll find that, and if we can try to add that somewhere in the comments or in the body of this post.
I love talking about aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do I really believe? I'm not sure. Do I think we're alone in the universe? No. Do I think that there are aliens that look like little green men or the Greys or whatever that are super high advanced? I don't know, but I don't know.
I don't know. I tend to find that, I mean, like, humans conceptualize everything in terms of
that we understand.
What we understand.
Yeah.
If you watch like Star Wars, you conceptualize something with a head, body, appendages.
Yeah.
Even like weird, bizarre creatures still have a head, a body, and appendages.
Yeah.
There have been like a couple random, like there's an old Doctor Who episode where the being is just kind of a blob. There's some Star Trek episodes where the being is light.
Yeah.
And I like kind of that concept. Because it's, I mean, are there beings out there? We don't know.
Yeah.
And like I have heard like if there are beings that they may be able to present themselves in a form that we understand.
Yeah.
So if they're like, oh, look, Earth believes that we're tall, narrow, gray, with, big eyes, big black eyes. Well, that's how we're going to present ourselves.
Yeah.
Or
like the original descriptions of the grays. How do you know you weren't just describing a different kind of space helmet? Like with the big eyes, those are what they're seeing through. It's a helmet.
And gray
the gray.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sort of shiny, leathery kind of skin is their spacesuit. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is an interesting thing. And I think one that you could really like just spend. I mean, people have spent years discussing it. People who have their, theories, and they're ufologists. And I'm going to go to MUFON right now because I want to become a field investigator.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like if you go to MUFON, MUFON.com, there is a big red button at the top that says report a UFO. There is another big red button that says report an abduction or non-human contact.
Oh.
And then there's the join button. So I am, I'm gonna rabbit
join.
hole. Yeah, I'm gonna become a field investigator. Embark on your journey to becoming a certified MUFON field investigator today. You must be at least 18 years old.
We can become a MUFON enhanced member.
Should we do that?
I don't know. It's a yearly membership.
How much?
$119.88.
Ooh, that's
per year.
spendy.
What you get is on-demand access to MUFON TV, live stream of the annual MUFON Symposium, monthly MUFON e-journal, regular email updates, access to members-only section of the website, exclusive access to the Observer Network, MUFON's new members-only social network, and bonus for yearly members is receive an official MUFON membership card and UFO crash retrievals of the third kind by Michael Schratt ebook.
Man, it's tempting.
There is a basic membership level, which is $60 a year. And with that, you get the monthly e-journal, email updates, access to the members-only section of the website, exclusive access to Observer Network, MUFON's new the Observer Network is the members-only social network.
Oh, okay.
And the official MUFON membership card.
Well, you get a MUFON membership card if you become a field investigator, too.
They have a VIP membership level.
Oh.
Which is $300 a year.
Ouch.
Yeah. You get an official MUFON VIP membership card with lanyard, a MUFON hat, a MUFON Christmas ornament, a MUFON stylus pen and VIP member pen, the I Know MUFON sticker, a MUFON mouse pad, a MUFON tumbler, live stream of the annual MUFON Symposium, and that book by Michael Schratt, UFO Crash Retrievals of the Third Kind, MUFON lapel pin, monthly MUFON journal, hard copy,
Ooh.
access to members-only section of the website, official member certificate, emails, the Observer Network access, and on-demand access to MUFON TV.
I mean, I kind of want to do it.
They also have it. Geez, they have a $400 a year researcher membership level. With that, you can explore the MUFON Archives Research Reporting System, or the MARRS, or MARS for short, featuring over 6,000 original paper UFO reports, along with rare news and magazine clippings submitted to MUFON from the 1960s to 2005, nearly 9,000 files. These previously unreleased reports provide a new depth of insight into UFO phenomena, offering a unique perspective on decades of investigations. You get a lot of other stuff too, but I'm kind of sick of reading it.
MUFON is a 501c3 nonprofit organization and the world's largest and oldest civilian UFO investigation and research network.
Wow.
Whether you wish to report sightings, pursue research, or join our team of investigators, MUFON provides the platform and resources to further the research for truth. I mean, honestly, I kind of just want to do 1 year just for the kicks, man, just for fun. And I want all that cool swag.
Yeah.
I might have to think about it. I don't know.
$300 one or $400?
I mean, I don't know. I want swag. I love stuff.
Hey, spread the word about our Patreon. I know you guys are all members already, but spread the word about us so we can afford to be members of the VIP MUFON members. Wow.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I kind of want you have to be a member to get their field investigator badge.
Oh.
But I mean, you could do that at any level, and you have to be 18 and you have to sign an NDA.
Oh, that's funny.
And you have to pass a background check.
Well,
I'm like, well, that's a lot of work. But then I was like, actually, that kind of keeps the kooks out, which makes it a little more legitimate in my, so I'm very interested. I'm very interested.
All right. Is there anything else you want to say? We've been recording for almost an hour.
Oh, we should probably wrap. My computer's going to die any minute now because I gave you my charger.
Yeah, mine wasn't working.
I got nothing. I got nothing else.
Okay. I don't
other
either.
than to say thank you to our patrons.
Yeah. Download our episode to hear the actual notes for these topics: Poison Gardens and the UFO card, or the alien card.
Episode 25.
Yeah.
It might show up as episode 26.
Oh, it will, because it counts.
It counts our intro.
It might actually show up as episode 27 because I had one marked as bonus content. The when we didn't have an episode that week, we just opened a fun package. Yeah.
Yeah. This is officially episode 25 of researched topics.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We hope this is fun. And I mean, it may shift a little bit as we move forward and get into the swing of things with this one.
Yeah. If you have opinions about the new perk, we might do videos in the future. Instead of just an audio recording. I don't know.
That could be fun.
We're open to suggestions and always looking for ways to improve what we do for you guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let us know.
Unedited. Have fun with that. Sorry. Apologize.
It's okay.
All right. So we are going to go research our next topics, which are redacted and redacted.
I'm excited.
You'll find out next week.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Love you.
Love
Bye.
you.
And
Another thing.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, dear sweet patrons.
Hello, patrons.
Can we just take a minute to say how much we love you guys?
Yeah.
We love
you
our
guys.
patrons, and we love you guys for supporting us. And even if you didn't support us, we would love you, but we definitely
we love your support.
We love your support for sure and appreciate it.
Honestly,
so very much.
The fact that these patrons are here keep me focused on, creating content for them.
Yeah.
So if you weren't here, I just wouldn't do anything.
I mean, if we didn't have patrons, why bother?
I mean, right? I mean, no, it does help me, because with ADHD, you tend to go all in on something, and then 6 months later, you're like, I'm done.
It fizzles out because you lose interest because nobody else really cares.
Yeah, but you all care, and you're
Yeah.
here, so it helps us. I mean, it helps me, for one, keep my focus on creating content and doing the podcast, which I am enjoying. Oh, hi, kitty.
Yeah.
I have a tink.
Also the writing.
Scarab. Oh, baby.
Speaking of ADHD and not being able to focus sometimes, this week's episode is a little different. I mean, same format. We each have a topic that we talk about, but last night, we were trying to get the research done for the cards that we drew last week. Still not really making much progress. And we are recording this on Sunday,
The 13th.
the 13th, which is the absolute last day that we can record the podcast and still give me enough time to edit it and release it by Thursday. Because I can't do it on Monday. Pretty much Tuesday evening is the only time I'm going to have to edit.
No, because Tuesday evening we have a game. So Wednesday.
No, Wednesday we have the game.
Oh, right. We're on Wednesday night.
That's why I
my
said
gosh.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. But anyway, I only get one evening. Ow. Sorry, I just tugged on the cord to my headset. And so, yeah, anyway, all that to say that at about 9 or 10 p.m. last night, Saturday night, we were both like, well, I don't have any research done. I am not ready to record tomorrow. I don't know if this is going to happen. And so we came up with the concept of a wild magic surge. And for those of you who play D&D, that's a term that you should recognize. For those of you who don't play D&D, I do kind of explain this in the podcast episode, but it's basically
Magic gets weird.
Magic gets weird sometimes when you try to cast a spell, and crazy things can happen. In this context that we have decided to use it, it's when we try to focus,
and we can't.
It doesn't always work out the way you want it to. But we have decided to sort of direct our focus to what we want to talk about. We were both like, okay, brains, what do you want to hyper-focus on right now? Because it's not the topic that I'm supposed to be focusing on. So we decided to call these little... we're assuming that this isn't going to be the first time it happens. So these episodes will be called our Wild Magic episodes, Wild Magic Surges, because we were just like, all right, here's what comes to mind when I want to deep dive into research over the course of the next less than 24 hours, because it's now 3 p.m. on Sunday, and this happened, 9 or 10?
Yeah.
Saturday night. So yeah.
And I like my subject that I pulled, and when I pulled it, I was like, oh, this is going to be cool. But all week I've just been looking at the links and reading, but just not
really diving into it,
not comprehending what I've read.
Yeah.
And yeah,
we're usually able to buckle down and get research done if we can't focus, but that didn't happen this time. So yeah, Wild Magic Surge. And we both chose topics to talk about that our brains wanted to focus on. Yeah, and they weren't on the list. So yeah, that's what this week's episode is going to be. And for this bonus content, the bonus content isn't going to work any differently than the regular episode content. Right. I have bonus stuff about my topic.
And I have a theory about my topic.
Yeah.
Or
that we're probably going to talk about a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
But I went first.
Shock.
It was stupid because I rolled a 6. So I was like, that's a low number.
I rolled a 2.
So yeah, here I am going first. What my brain chose to hyperfocus on when I asked it to hyperfocus on anything, it chose baking, because I really, really miss baking. I miss just being able to do it more. I haven't really been able to bake anything or really spend much time in the kitchen at all recently. So, that's where my brain went. And I chose to talk about the history of baking, and then I briefly touched on some of the science of baking. But for this bonus content, we're going back to ancient Egypt.
My favorite place.
Yeah, because there is a recipe that was found in hieroglyphs on a tomb, the tomb of Rekmire or Rekmire.
How do you spell it?
Rekhmire.
M-I.
So I know like Mire, we want to say Meyer, but that's probably
it might
the
be
Western.
Like Rekmire?
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 Yeah, I don't know.
I think that I read a lot. I used to like really try to learn how to pronounce the Egyptian names, and there are a lot of
how did you learn how to pronounce them?
I read a lot.
By reading though, but you can't.
Well, because you can read like through, like they do have pronunciation guides.
Well,
but yeah, hearing things, but also like I did find some audiobooks way back in the day on cassette.
But are they pronouncing?
Well,
it
that
right?
was
That's
where I
the
was
thing
going.
with
It is the
audiobooks.
kind of the westernization of it.
Yeah.
So I learned one way, and then through hearing other newer actual Egyptian people,
Yeah.
so reading their names, learning a little bit more about how to actually spell it.
Yeah.
Like we always say King Tut or Tutankhamun, and it's Tutankhamun.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, that's why I just was like trying to figure it out.
This guy, Rekmire, he was a vizier of the pharaohs Thutmose III and Amenhotep II. On his tomb were pictures and hieroglyphs, and by studying those hieroglyphs and sort of, figuring out the what is making sound?
Cake.
Stop.
Love you.
I'm going to talk about an ancient Egyptian recipe.
I'm excited for this.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about this recipe because it's actually something that we're incorporating into our book, The Scarab Whispers. Not necessarily in the way that it was depicted on the tomb, but it's sort of our interpretation of it. And I found 2 different food blogs with 2 very different methods. The ingredients are somewhat similar, but one of them has more easily available ingredients. The other one, the one that tries to stay the most accurate to what it could have been in ancient Egypt is tastinghistory.com. That's Max Miller who runs it, and he has a popular YouTube channel. He has a Patreon. I love watching his videos. He does very good, very thorough research. So his version of this recipe is probably more accurate to what they actually did then. I also have another version of the recipe that is slightly simpler and to me looks like it tastes better. And ingredients that are kind of more accessible. And it's just 2 different food historians' takes on this recipe, which I thought was pretty cool. So I'm going to start with Max Miller. So the time period is about 1400 BCE. This is a recipe for tiger nut cake. Or tiger nut honey cakes.
It's so funny that both of our topics involve tigers in some form.
Hey, that's funny. All right, so a little info about the tiger nut. It's not a tiger. It's not a nut.
Good. I don't want tiger nuts in my food. Thank you very much.
It was originally farmed in Egypt, and modern farmers consider them to be a weed, but they are rich in nutrients like fiber, potassium, and magnesium. They're little tubers that you can ground up to make flour. They can be eaten raw or roasted with a texture and lightly sweet flavor like a macadamia or Brazil nut.
I like those.
Yeah, me too. I love macadamia nuts. Like I said, they can be ground into tiger nut flour. And that you can actually find in, maybe not in all grocery stores today, but definitely on Amazon. You can also mix them with water and strain them to make tiger nut milk, but the milk actually goes bad after as little as 48 hours.
Oh, wow.
So it's very nutrient dense, but it has to be made in very small batches if you are interested in trying that out.
Interesting, because usually nut milk lasts longer than regular milk.
Right. Yeah.
That's interesting.
So I thought that was weird too. That was this second food blogger. This is from a blog called pasttheflamingo.com. And cute. It's a guy named Andrew. And I actually checked to see when the most recent blog post was, and it was clear back in 2021.
Oh.
But I did notice that he is on TikTok, and he also is a sort of food writer for Atlas Obscura.
Oh,
so he's
cool.
still kicking around. He's just not really maintaining this blog so much.
I want to work for Atlas Obscura.
I know.
I want to just
really
be in
like
their travel
stuff.
department.
Yeah. So when, this is also from Past the Flamingo, when the North African Moors conquered Spain, they brought the custom of drinking tiger milk with them. They mixed it with cinnamon, cloves, and honey or raw sugar. It became the original form of the creamy beverage horchata.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So the Spanish word for tiger nut is chufa, and horchata de chufa is still popularly consumed in Spain and Mexico today. North Americans are more familiar with horchata made from rice milk. That was developed in colonial Mexico by Spanish colonists who miss chufas back home. So
interesting.
Yeah, horchata came from this horchata de chufa.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I now have a kitty on my lap. He's curled up and being adorable.
So the tiger nut flour is the main ingredient of this recipe. And like I said, you can purchase the flour online, or if you want to be like Max Miller, get whole tiger nuts and grind them up. Because that's what he does in his recipe. So okay. I'm going to flip back over to his page and kind of go through the ingredients and the method of doing this. And I will say that he has a little note up here that the cake is very, very sweet. It's kind of covered in this date syrup that overwhelms the other flavors at first, but then the date syrup fades and you get the tiger nuts. And the tiger nuts themselves have almost a coconutty flavor, and the texture is kind of chewy. He says it has a pleasant grittiness to it, like shredded coconut.
Ooh.
You can use, for this version of the recipe that he made, he said you can use store-bought tiger nut flour, but you would lose some of that texture. So if you kind of want that chewy, gritty, coconut-like texture, get the whole nuts and process them yourself.
Can you do it like just in a food processor?
Let me see what he does. He crushed them by hand or using a mortar
and pestle. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, they have tiger nut butter.
Into a coarse powder.
I'm on Amazon now.
So the tasting history recipe, Max Miller's recipe, calls for pitted dates, dried tiger nuts, cider honey, SIDR, which is kind of like a darker, sort of richer honey.
Okay. You
can use regular honey. Let me see. There is a note that he said about that. He says cider honey or cider honey is more accurate for this and is darker, less sweet. So I guess I said richer, but okay, darker, less sweet, and more aromatic than regular honey. But you can use regular honey if you want. All right. It also calls for ghee or butter or animal fat or oil, just some kind of fat to put into this. So you start by soaking the dates in boiling water for 2 hours. And then you also have to soak the tiger nuts for about 30 minutes. and then you drain them and crush them by hand or a mortar. He then puts them in a food processor, but he does say if you put them straight into the food processor without crushing them first, it's going to be really hard on the poor little food processor.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So that's when you blend the tiger nuts until you have a flour. You have to pass the flour through a sieve.
Okay.
And let's see. So he says that if you blend the flour yourself from whole nuts, it has a similar consistency or coarseness as almond flour.
Okay.
Store-bought tiger nut flour is finer than that.
Okay. I'm filling up the Amazon cart while I listen to you.
We have some tiger nut flour.
I added just actual tiger nuts.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to do that. Unless you want to grind your own flour.
I could try. I would be willing to try.
So after that, the honey is incorporated into the mix. And then from there, you want to mix in a little bit of warm water at a time, just until it forms a dough. So you don't want too much water. But yeah, think like pie crust. If you're making pie crust, like the smaller moisture content, the better.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So then you melt the fat in a pan, and then you cook the dough just all together for about 5 minutes and stirring constantly. So the process of mixing the fat in with the dough, you're actually cooking the dough as well.
Oh, okay.
So then you take the dough off the heat and then you form it into these cone-shaped cakes.
Okay.
And let them cool. And then you make the date paste and blend that up, and let's see. Yeah, it's just this sort of basic date glaze syrup thing. So you sort of drizzle that over the cones of these tiger nut cakes.
Okay.
And it is weird that they're shaped like cones, but that is how they are depicted in the hieroglyphs.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And the way he has it on his website is an actual cylindrical cone that he has formed.
Okay.
The way the other recipe does it is you roll the dough out and just cut triangle shapes.
Oh, okay.
And then pan fry them.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's one of the main things that differ between these two recipes.
So now when they rolled the dough out and then pan fried, was that when they added the fat and he added it during the cooking of the process before making it the cone? I'm
about to flip over there.
Oh, okay.
And read this.
Okay.
But this other recipe on passtheflamingo.com calls for tiger nut flour. It doesn't make you go through the whole process of making your own flour from the tiger nuts. It also calls for whole wheat flour. So probably less historically accurate, because I don't believe Egyptians were using wheat flour at that time. Even though they were growing and harvesting wheat, I don't know if it was commonly used.
Yeah, that was probably just
bread
like for
baking.
Probably just for your basic bread, but maybe not in your like sweet treats.
Tiger nuts were definitely more common in Egyptian baking than wheat. Yeah.
Cool.
This recipe also calls for whole milk, which was omitted in tasting history. This also calls for eggs, and they do say butter to be incorporated into the dough, plus more for frying. So I think that probably answers your question.
Okay.
And then you also have honey. So pretty much the only two ingredients that these recipes have in common are the tiger nut flour and honey. This recipe on Pass the Flamingo does not do the date syrup on top.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I just looked up the honey that you're talking about, the cider or cedar honey.
Uh-huh.
It's like crazy expensive.
I believe it.
At 8 ounce, the cheapest one I found is 8 ounces for $20.
Holy crap.
but
Okay.
there's an 8 ounce for $50.
Wow.
So we'll just use
We
regular
won't
honey.
be using that.
No, we'll just use our little local.
Our little wildflower honey.
Yeah, wildflower.
All right. And like, as far as the method goes, the one on Past the Flamingo is way simpler. So again, probably less historically accurate.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much just combine all the ingredients and knead it into a dough and set it aside for 30 minutes. And then you roll it out, like I mentioned before, to about a 1/2 inch thickness and cut into little triangles. And then you melt butter in a frying pan and fry the little bits of dough. And then,
I mean, it sounds good. I want to try the old one though.
I do. Yeah, I want to try both of them and just to see. But like as these are frying, you drizzle honey over them and fry each side for 2 to 3 minutes. And this Andrew's verdict, he says the cakes have a very dense, heavy texture and are not as flexible or light as many modern baked goods. However, they are also fried in butter and drenched in honey, which hide a multitude of shortcomings. He gave it a 9 out of 10.
Nice. Okay.
So, yeah, I think it's super interesting that both of these recipes came from the same hieroglyphs on the same tomb, the same interpretation, or the same different interpretations of the same depiction of this recipe that they made in ancient Egypt. But they're very different.
Very different.
The only thing they had in common was honey and tiger nuts.
Yeah. That's a little crazy. I want to try
they were fried and not baked. So there's that.
Yeah. I want to try the Max Miller's. I want to try them both. But yeah, I think the Max Miller one, I don't know. It sounds oddly better.
It doesn't look very appetizing because it's
I think I've seen this. Yeah.
Cone
it's not.
That like the date syrup looks very thick and more like a paste.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't. I have seen that.
And then these Past the Flamingo just look like little triangle shaped pancakes that have been fried up and covered in honey. I think those look better, but you can tell that they are very dense. Yeah. This one would also be very dense too, though, because it's just the tiger nut flour and hasn't been mixed with wheat flour.
Yeah.
So.
I wonder if it if they were sold like on street vendors or at party, that cone shape could be kind of like, take and go type.
Yeah. I don't know. It would be interesting to make a modern version of this and serve them on a stick. That's what I want to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You got to carry around a stick, but no, I like that. I want to try that. Then
you have to carry around a stick. Find a trash can. Okay.
Anyway,
I will post pictures of. I'm actually going to post the links and pictures of both of these recipes in the podcast or the Patreon post. Jeez.
Fantastic. I'm really hungry now.
But we're making our own. We're going to make our own version of that for the Scarab Whispers.
Yeah, I think we call them chufa cakes.
I think so. Yeah, little chufa cakes, chufa honey cakes, chufa cakes, something like that.
Yeah, I want some.
Yeah.
Nom 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 nom. Okay. Now that I'm very hungry, I'm going to talk about what
Good thing we eat in less than an hour.
I know. Yay. I did a little. My brain was focused on K-pop.
Demon Hunters.
And I'm just going to apologize in advance for the obsession. I can't help it. I know we mentioned it last week.
We should apologize for things that make us happy.
Right. You did say that in the episode as well.
Yeah.
We talked about K-pop Demon Hunters in last week's bonus content, very briefly. And you mentioned the tiger and the magpie. And I wanted to know more about that. So I do talk about that in the in the episode. But one of the things I wanted that I didn't dive into the episode about, and this is something that I like, it's not going to be a lot of content here, but it is, I think, a good conversation that we can have.
Yeah.
I'm going to warn you right now, if you have not seen K-pop Demon Hunters and you don't want to know anything about it, don't listen to the rest of this, because I'm going to talk, there's going to be some spoilers.
Yeah.
So this is your warning that there are spoilers for the show, and you have been warned. So we're going to talk about Jinu and Derpy and Sussy.
Woo, Jinu.
Jinu. Aw, sweet Jinu.
Also, Derpy and Sussy are so
Derpy
cute.
and Sussy.
Okay.
Derpy and Sussy are two beings, familiars, creatures that Jinu created or made or crafted in whatever form that takes. And that it is, Derpy is the tiger. He's a big blue tiger with big derpy eyes, and he's obsessed with, if he knocks a pot over, he has to stand it back up, and it's adorable.
Yeah, it's so cute.
And Sussy is the magpie that is kind of his little companion and rides around on his head. And the magpie and the tiger are artistic symbols that are prevalent in Korean art, especially the Minhwa art that we talk about in the podcast, in the actual episode. And they symbolize Derpy the tiger symbolizes the government or the feudal classes that were in power when this art kind of came into popularity. And the magpie symbolizes the common folk or the people. And the tiger was often kind of depicted kind of looking a little idiotic. Like they even like the name is Idiot Tiger. And it's just kind of a little bit about the satire on the government and the feudal class system of the time.
Which I love.
Which I do love. Like, oh, look at this beautiful art, because it was something that was crafted by the common folk and like taken, like the royal ruling class was like, oh, look at this art style. It's very crude, but it's beautiful. So we're going to put it in our palaces. And it's like, that's funny. So it's kind of just a funny little side thing. But
yeah.
So Jinu made these characters, and I just like when you mentioned the symbology of it, I kind of started thinking about how the tiger is the authority that pulled him away from his family.
Oh.
So he was very poor common folk trying to play music to help his family survive.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was taken to the palace to play music there. And like in his first little memory he talks about, he's like, my family was there, but then we were kicked out of the palace and we all died. And I couldn't help them. But like in the actual memory was that he was taken and he kind of abandoned his family. And didn't like bring them with him into the palace. So he's living this luxurious life while his family is living in poverty. And then we're later, have you seen that fan theory where they were later killed by the demons led by him? Yeah. Yeah. So he's got a lot of this guilt and stuff. And I think that kind of, he crafted these two kind of companions for himself, because the magpie symbolizing the common folk, and it's always stealing the tiger's hat, is kind of the common folk taking the power back from the royal or the government, the ruling class.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of a subconscious thought of him trying to get back to where his roots.
Yeah.
And like kind of like, I wish I could take this power back that Gima, the lead demon, now has over him. And that's just like where my thought, I was like, oh,
I love
it's kind of like, it's just kind of the symbology of that. And like, if you just watch the movie, it's like just a fun kind of good versus evil story and the power of, but it does have a lot of underlying, it does have a lot of underlying symbology and.
So learning more about the art style that you did this episode on, it was art for the common people. Mm-hmm. So Jinu, in his like original backstory 400 years ago, was trying to busk the streets with music, and like he was very much a common person trying to do this art and trying to, make it valuable. He was not able to do that, which is why he made the deal with Gima in the first place. And then suddenly he was like an overnight success and was able to play and live in the palace. Yeah, it led to all that. But like the fact that this art, there's a nod to that kind of art for the common people in the movie is kind of fun.
Yeah, because it was I go into a little bit more in the podcast, but like the royal classes and the people who ran the country at that time they would get a famous artist to come and live in the palace and craft their art. Yeah. And there was a very distinct style. And then the common folk, the Minhwa art is of the people. And it is where just like a random person like you or I would paint in the similar style that the famous artist did, but they would literally just kind of, follow a festival or go busk on the streets where you just set up and someone would say, oh, I want a painting, and they would paint it on the spot and sell it. Yeah. And it would be in the similar style as the royal class had, but obviously these were untrained artists. They didn't go to formal schooling to learn their technique or anything. They just crafted their art, from their heart and from their own talent, which I kind of absolutely love that. Yeah. And it's just kind of interesting because like Genu in original Genu just started playing. He picked up his instrument, started playing.
He was common. Yeah.
And I love that symbology of that. I just wanted to toss kind of that little thought about why he crafted those specific symbols. Yeah. As his companion animals.
Yeah. And just the fact that the bird keeps stealing the hat from the tiger.
Yeah. It's adorable.
Made it for the tiger, but the bird keeps stealing it.
Yeah. I just loved it. Anyway, that's just where my little wild magic surge went this week. And
I love that.
I do.
I recently saw another fan theory about Genu.
Oh, do tell.
It's about his soul. Again, massive spoilers.
Massive spoilers.
So in the end, Genu, he did end up like right up until the very, very end. He was 100% going to do his plan that he came up with for Gima, this demon king. And in the very end, as soon as he saw Gima's full power going up against Rumi's power, that's when he decided, oh, no, I want to help instead. So he goes and like sacrifices himself basically. And he says that like Rumi's like, oh no, I wanted to help you. And he's like, oh, you did help me. You gave me my soul back and now I'm giving it to you. And that's kind of this whole cinematic image of his soul going from him and just kind of swirling around her. The fan theory I saw was that she is now in possession of his soul. Like there's a part of him inside her. It didn't say anything about the sword. That's where my mind went.
The one I saw said it infused her sword because her sword kind of changed colors because it had been up to that point kind of a blue-white, and then it kind of took on the a rainbowy white, like really faint.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's where my mind went when I first saw the movie. I was like, oh,
he's in her sword now. Yeah, that's where. Yeah,
but this fan theory didn't really say anything. It said that she now has him with her. That's all it said. But like the sword, she summons out of thin air, so like that is also with her. So you could argue for that. But that's sort of, I don't want to say confirmed because I had no hand in the creation of this movie, but like just the fact that at the end it shows Derpy and Sussy hanging around Rumi is like they are his familiars. If he had truly died, they would no longer exist. they wouldn't be there anymore.
I
And
had
they're
that same
following
thought.
her around because
She's
she is him. Like,
carrying part of
he's
him
with
with
her.
her. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I'm
Yeah.
I'm here for that. And I would, hey, Netflix, get out there, do it again. Make another.
I know.
Either prequel or sequel. We need
I know.
I saw someone say, just make it a TV series. We know it'll only go for 3 seasons before you cancel it, but we
Yeah.
want it.
I know. Please.
That it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's a good intro. If you've never listened to K-pop, it's a good intro because
It is.
it's got the music style, and you can kind of see the crazed fans.
Yeah. At the okay, there's a sort of scene-ish at the beginning, like when it's setting everything up. It's more of the intro to the film than anything, but it shows a bunch of K-pop fans talking about this band Huntrix that are the Demon Hunters. And you might think that their enthusiasm is exaggerated because it's a cartoon movie. It's definitely not. Like,
No.
there are some crazy hardcore fans out there.
And they show the stadium like cramped, 50,000 fans are waiting for you. And
Also
that's
not an exaggeration.
Not an exaggeration at all.
Yeah. K-pop can pack stadiums.
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing. We've been sort of following along Stray Kids on their tour. They're in Europe right now.
And they're easily doing 50,000 or more. Like, they're doing massive stadiums. And their tour in North America is like one of the largest stadium tours ever.
Yeah.
Like,
I think.
sold out stadiums, 40, 50,000 people. That's insane.
Yeah.
I wish I'd gotten tickets.
I know.
It just didn't work out.
I know. We would have had to go to LA.
Yeah.
And that's just like a whole big thing. So,
yeah.
But
if they come back, we're doing it.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a problem. But anyway, I like the little derpy tiger and the magpie. They're corvids. They're tied to ravens. So
yeah.
I like magpies
cool.
are very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just so fun. I enjoyed learning a little more about the symbology of that and kind of tying that into the movie.
Symbology or symbolism? What's the right word there?
I don't.
Does it just mean the same thing?
I think it might mean the same thing.
Okay.
Symbol. I'm typing with one hand. Symbology is the study or use of symbols.
Okay. So symbolism is the word you would use.
Boop. Symbolism is the use of symbols to represent ideas, or I think they both work. I mean, symbology is the study, but also the use
ology
of.
is study.
Yeah.
So I think that's might be why it throws me every time.
Okay.
I would say symbolism, but it doesn't matter. They mean the same thing. Yeah.
Sure. We're going to roll with it.
Anyway.
Sorry, I sniffed right in the mic.
You did. That's okay.
My brain went, turn away, and then I just did it anyway.
We would have heard it anyway. It's fine.
You guys get these unedited.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So yeah. It was a fun episode this week, I think.
Yeah. It was a good little, it felt less pressure because, like up until like last night when we decided this, it was like, oh, I got to get this done. And then we're like, let's do something different.
I think if we had forced ourselves to do the research for the cards that we drew last week, it would have felt forced and rushed. And doing it this way, it was good. We're not going to do this a lot because I still love our little gimmick of drawing the topics from cards.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's good to let the ADHD kind of take over and dictate what we do.
Yeah, it is, especially when it works.
Yes.
This is the first time we've tried this. It may or may not work again, but I think it will.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. It's good. It's good, and it is. Yeah, I like it. I don't know where I was going with that train of thought, but I like it.
Wild
like
Magic Surge.
Yeah, it fits. It fits our vibe.
Yeah.
But that's all I have to say about that.
That's all we got to say about that.
I have
And
the cutest little kitten curled in my lap.
speaking of ADHD, I have not taken my pills today.
Oh, I did.
So I'm going to do that.
I think I took mine. Yeah, I did take mine. I did.
Cool.
I remembered like 2 hours after my alarm went off to take them.
Oh, nice. All right. I have set my pills right in front of me on the desk.
Okay.
So I remember to take them. I'm not going to take them while we're recording, though.
What? You don't want to like just sit here and have
Swallow
dead air
in the microphone? No, I don't want to do that.
All right.
Okay. So yeah.
Oh.
What?
I forgot the other thing I was going to talk about.
See, it's a good thing I didn't take my pills.
It is a good thing you didn't do it online. So we mentioned this in the on the air, and we mentioned this at the end of the podcast. I found this website. It's a Korean folk art business. My brain turned off mid-sentence. Cool story, bro. No, I found a place. It's located in New York, but they do workshops, painting workshops, and they have an online session, and we want to offer that to the patrons. So this post will go up.
Well, the reason we're offering it is because they will only do it. Like
we need 8 people.
Yeah. Like between 5 and 10 people, I think is what you said.
Yeah. Well, I looked on their website and it says 5 people. Then when you click on the register, it says minimum of 8 people. And when you look at the initial page, it says minimum of 10 people. So I have an email confirming actually how many we need. Because it says 3 different numbers in 3 different places on their website. And
so what does the email say?
The email, I have an email asking, I'm going to send an email follow up confirming how many people we need for sign up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In the podcast episode, you said 5. So
I know I said 5, and then when I actually went to look, it says 8, and then somewhere else it says 10. So
okay.
Anyway, I think the 10 is for the in-person workshop, but I'll confirm all that.
Anyway, the reason why we're opening it up to patrons, asking if any of you guys would like to join us, is because one person registers for the whole class.
Yes.
And well, everybody would have to pay for it, but
yeah.
One person is in charge of signing up the entire class. And so we have to have an entire class of people in order to do it. They can't just like throw us in with some other random people.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the paint and sip nights you do with your friends and all that.
Yeah.
But we'll be doing it online, and it is they have several different selections you could choose from, but we are going to do the tiger and magpie version because it's very cute. But there'll be a picture of that in the Patreon post. And all you need is a watercolor set, which you can get on Amazon or Michael's for pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And water, and
paper.
They send all the paper, and they send the brush. So yeah.
Sweet.
I think it's going to be fun if you guys want to do it. I'm going to post this. Let's see. When does this drop? Tuesday?
Tuesday. Mm-hmm.
I could post it Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll post this Tuesday to the Patreon, and you can read it and join us. We want to do it. It'll probably be sometime in August. But I put the information.
Even then, I'm like, August is coming up real fast.
I know. I don't know. Like we'll talk with people, and I did say
we have to talk with the company too and see when they can schedule us. And
Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, they have a selection of classes. It could be any day. They have a calendar that goes out through the end of next year. So
yeah, so that's what I mean, because they have a calendar. So we're gonna have to anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some coordination going on, is what I'm saying. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that'll be fun.
So yeah, that post will drop, and we'll get that kind of coordinated.
Yeah.
If there's interest. Hopefully there'll be enough interest. I think there will be.
I don't know. We'll see.
If not, I'll just color something at home by myself.
Yeah.
But anyway, stay tuned for that. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's it.
What? Okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it for me too. We're going to make chufa cakes and paint tigers and magpies.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Gonna be fun.
Cool. All right. Thank you again for being patrons.
Yeah.
We don't know how to end these things yet.
We just do the long goodbyes.
Yeah.
We're gonna go now.
I guess that's it.
And then suddenly Jess just hits end on the recording and we're done.